welcome to my channel. I'm Danielle. If you clicked on this video, you are likely someone who wants to start a business and probably wants to start that business now while we're in the middle of the pandemic, 2025. I wanted to make this video for anyone who's thinking about starting a business, and also for those of you who already have your own business and just want to get some tips of what has helped me grow and make money while we're in the middle of a pandemic. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So a little bit of background on my business. I started my business, Vixen Apparel, in August of 2020. My business specifically sells women's loungewear, lingerie, and also has accessories. So ever since I started, I've been able to grow very steadily, even though we're in the middle of a pandemic. I've had this idea since before the pandemic even started. I think the first time I thought to do this was about 2 years ago. I've watched other YouTube videos of people starting their business, and what I've experienced ever since starting mine, I didn't really see in a lot of the videos that I've watched. And you know, people who've had bigger followings, of course, their experience is different from someone like me who isn't really that big on social media. If you're also someone who's not that big on social media, this video is for you. The first thing that has helped me to grow and generate sales is to commit to social media. I know that's a little bit contradictory to what I just said about not being that big on social media, but if you have an online business, that is a really big part of what will help you to generate sales and also get your product out there to your target audience. And social media isn't just Instagram, it's also having a Facebook page, having a Twitter page, and being able to update those daily. One of the first things under committing to social media is to post daily or every other day as often as possible. When I first started my business, I posted twice a day. I would post maybe like a quote that's relevant to the product that I'm selling or some type of women empowerment thing. And also I would share a product photo showing what I'm actually selling. And one thing about posting like a quote or something to your target audience, it's something that's a savable post. So when you have a post that's savable, like the people who see your post on the timeline, they'll click the save button, and what that will do, that will kind of boost your post to the algorithm, because Instagram sees it as like, okay, this profile, people are interested in coming back to it later, so let me like boost up to the algorithm. And one thing about algorithms and everything on social media, it's hard out here. It's real rough out here. One thing that has helped me to post more and to remain consistent on Instagram is this app called Planoly. Sponsor me. Planoly. And this app lets you automate your posts, and then you'll be able to plan your posts according to what time you want to post it, what day you want to post it, and then, you know, once you get that content schedule, it'll just post it and you won't worry about that. So as someone who's not on social media that much, I might just take an hour out of one of my off days, plan some posts, and then you'll say for like the next 2 or 3 weeks, I already have my post scheduled and I don't really have to do anything. Another thing is hashtags. I know that's probably something that you've probably heard from other people, but hashtags really do help, especially when you have a specific product. With my brand Vixen Apparel, I'm able to put hashtags like hashtag lingerie, hashtag lingerie models, hashtag anything having to do with lingerie, and then people will see whenever they're looking up like, oh, I want to buy some lingerie, then they'll see my posts under the hashtag, and that is a way to get your target audience to see your brand specifically, and then they'll go to your page, and that's another way that you'll be able to generate sales. So a big thing that I want to talk about is vanity metrics. Vanity metrics is anything that has to do with like the amount of followers you have, the amount of likes that you have on a given post. And it kind of matters, but then it kind of doesn't. It matters in the sense that, say for example, you were just first starting out and your page probably has about 20 followers. When people see that, people who don't know you, who are just seeing your page for the first time, they'll be thinking like, probably like, oh, I like this person's products, I like the content that I see, but they don't have that big of a following. So it's about more of a question of trustworthiness. It's a little bit difficult to trust someone who has such a small amount of people who have evidently given interest into the brand. At the same time, it doesn't matter, because like I said, it's kind of like the amount of people who see your content isn't necessarily reflected in, say, the amount of followers you have and the amount of likes that you have. Whenever you have a business page, you'll be able to see the insights onto your page, which is the amount of people who actually have been reached in your post, the amount of people who clicked on your profile. And those numbers are usually much, much higher than the amount of people who have actually engaged. So when I say to set goals, the goal is to move the people who are seeing your content and trying to get them to engage with your content, because once you get those people to engage, that makes the algorithm boost your content more, they'll boost your page more, and that's how you'll be able to grow your audience. When I was first doing research for starting my brand, I was looking at a lot of other YouTube videos and things, and just one thing I noticed, like the people who were like saying like, oh, I've made like 10K in 2 days, or I've been able to make 100K in a couple of days. These are people who have already had pretty sizable followings before they even started their business. So of course, if you already have a pretty sizable audience, then you'll be able to reach more people with your brand, and you'll already have people who have interest in your brand. That's not going to be true for anyone who doesn't have like 10K, 50K, 100K followers on any given platform, that they'll be able to turn those followers into sales. Another tip that has been able to really help me, especially during the pandemic, is to engage with other business owners. You all are in the exact same boat. One way that you will be able to grow with your brand and also, lift someone else up is to engage with other people who are small business owners on social media. One thing that I do in my free time, I would look up the hashtag small business, hashtag black owned business, hashtag support small business, anything within that realm. And I like posts that I see. If I see something I like, I'll leave a comment. And that way, when you leave a comment and they respond, that kind of both boosts your profile a little bit, but it turns to a simple way to uplift other people. Creating relationships with other small business owners, especially as someone who is just starting out, you'll be able to have someone to maybe reach out to whenever you need help and say like, oh, I'm struggling with this. How have you been able to solve this problem with your business? And it's just a good way to make connections, and you'll be able to uplift someone else and also grow yours. Don't be stingy with likes and comments. It's free. It takes like 10 seconds to leave a comment, 1 second to just simply like someone's post. Don't be stingy. Especially when you start your business, you'll see like it's free. It's free. It's not difficult. This isn't a race. Owning a small business, it's not a race. Let's get that out the way now. There's room for everyone. There's money out there for everyone. You just have to find your target. One big part of having a business and generating sales and growing is to find your target audience. Whenever you are sitting down creating your business plan, you need to commit to a certain niche of people that you are trying to reach. With my brand, I know I sell lingerie and loungewear that is geared towards women between the ages of 18 and 35. I make the most sales from cities like Los Angeles, California, Miami, Houston, Texas. Big cities like that is where I generate the most of my sales from. To be honest, I don't know why, but I get sales from other states and other cities and stuff like that. But my biggest consumers are from like big cities, big metropolitan areas, for whatever reason. Like say for example, you sell wheelbarrows or whatever. Maybe you want to have a target audience who was in like I don't know, where could we use with like farm and stuff, like, I don't know, Kansas, whatever your product will be the most useful, whichever gender will use your product the most, whichever age group will use your product the most, those are the people that you want to target. Another thing that has helped me to grow my following and generate sales is to invest in advertisements. When you see those promoted posts on, you know, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, other social media sites, yes, they do cost money, but they do pay for themselves, because when you promote your post, then you are able to show your product to your target audience and generate sales through them. So when you go to Instagram, Facebook, all of that, you'll be able to define like which gender you're trying to target, what age group you're trying to target. You'll be able to pick which areas you're trying to target. And that way you'll be able to promote your posts to your target audience. And it helps you save money, because I think the wider your audience is, the more money it'll cost to promote. But when you have that target audience in mind, then you'll be able to promote to people across the board who would be interested in purchasing your product. So those are really good investments, and I highly suggest. It does cost money, yes, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, but advertisements, investing in advertisements is money that you will make back in sales. The last thing I want to touch on is branding, which is a really big part of what will make you generate sales and help you to remain consistent while you're trying to grow your business. Branding is essential. Whenever you're starting your business, you want to be able to know, what are my goals? Why am I starting this business? What makes this business unique? What makes people look at your brand and say, oh, I want to give them my business, I want to give them my coins instead of these other brands that I know? What makes you stand out? Why are you in business? What makes you more worthy of getting customers coins, you know, than other businesses who are selling the same product as you? The reality is, you're not the only person who is selling your product. Whenever I have my brand, Vixen Apparel, I'm not the only person who is selling lingerie and loungewear. One thing that helps with branding is to create a brand slogan, and you know, whatever your brand slogan is, then the things that you generate out of your company will be things that are relevant to that slogan. Because say for example, my business, Bold, Sexy, Confident, Vixen, the things that I put out, my clothes, my branding, my marketing, it all ties back to being a bold, sexy, confident vixen. You want to focus your content on your brand slogan, your brand's ideas, and your brand's values. You don't want to be, say for example, you are you're a clothing business, and then like you have something that's like lashes on fleek. You're not a lash vendor. You're not a lash business. Why are you posting like content that's talking about like having your lashes on fleek when you don't even sell that? Now you have your customer, whoever sees your post, thinking about lashes, and they're gonna go, you know, like, oh, I'm thinking about lashes right now. Let me go check out so-and-so's business. I remember they sold lashes. Now you're not even a thought. Like now nobody's even thinking about you. So you want to be able to make sure you're giving out content that is relevant to what you're selling and what your values are. Say you are a clothing brand and one of your values is body positivity or women's empowerment, then you can post content that, you know, shows different body types, shows your product on different types of people. And also when you have your savable content, you can have quotes and, you know, posts and things that are relevant to body confidence and women's empowerment. And all of the things that you have as far as your brand and your content and things that you're giving out all tie back to your brand's values. And that is one way that you will be able to make your brand unique and be more worthy of your customers' coins than everybody out here who is selling the exact same product as you. The biggest thing to keep in mind is that this is not a race. This is not a race. You cannot, as a first-time business owner, a small business owner especially, you can't be looking at the next person and be like, oh, they're doing this, and this, and they're making a big money and stuff like that. Oh, I must not be doing something right. Like, you can't compare yourself to other people because you don't know what they started out with. You don't know how they were able to get to where they are. And plus, you don't even know like the real story. Like, and they look like somebody is like, oh, they got like 100K followers on their page, blah, 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 blah. They may have bought all their followers. They might not be even getting sales like that. You can't be looking at the other. You can look to people for like inspiration and reach out to people for like help and ideas, but you cannot compare yourself to other people, especially as a small business owner, because that is the biggest way to discourage yourself. You just have to be able to, you know, identify yourself, like what do you want to do with your brand, and just take all of the steps it takes to get there. One thing that I keep in mind, like in everything in my life, is that like you have to start somewhere. You start a business page with 0 followers, your friends not retweeting and reposting your page. You know what? That's okay. Just keep at it. When you keep at it and you are consistent, and then, you know, you evaluate what's working and what's not, and you switch up accordingly, like, you are going to grow. You will get there eventually. You just have to remain consistent, you know, keep at it, and you will grow and your business will be popping. So that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys found something helpful from this. Make sure to check out my business, Vixen Apparel, VYXN Apparel. The link will be down in the description below. Let me know if there's anything about my business that you want me to touch on more in depth, whether that's about like creating content, you know, creating promotions and all of that. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.